to me, telling a story it's the most important when you write.
You're watching the Spotlight Network, starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford, streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're diving into a spellbinding blend of mystery, magic, and moral intrigue. The name of the book, The Manuscript. It is written by a terrific author. His name is Jean Lagacé, and in the book, he weaves a tale of a stolen novel, a vengeful sorceress, and a shocking public confrontation that challenges truth, authorship, and justice as well. With shades of magical realism and courtroom drama, the story explores how far people will go for power, recognition, and redemption. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at 7 Chapter Literary for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing books. The links are below this interview. Jean, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. What started you out in writing? What made you decide you wanted to write a novel?
It has always been a dream of me since I was a kid, and I always write a little, no, but not seriously. I was the director of the student paper at my college. And after that, I was a lawyer for 40 years, a trial lawyer. And to my mind, a lawyer is a writer by definition, because a lawyer writes always. And it's important to be able to write. So I was writing nice in French, not much in English. But I decided when I was a bit maybe 25 that I didn't know English enough. After all, we are in America. I am myself an American because I live in North America, and so I decided at 25 to read everything, novel and everything in English. So I did that maybe for 35, 40 years. And I learned that way, maybe not exactly how to speak well, but at least knew the grammar and the orthograph of words and everything. And I realized that I was able to write quite correctly in English when I was part of a writing workshop and so on. Yeah. Because when I retire, I decided to write seriously. So that's it.
Well, we're glad you did decide to write seriously, because you've written a wonderful book here. Now, your first language is French. You're in French Canada there. Why did you decide to write your book in English?
But I already told you, I'm part of America.
That's true.
400,000 people spoke English, and in Quebec we are just 8 million, so it does not make much sense. And obviously we don't have much contact with France, like American doesn't have much contact with the British, but still the language is the same. So we speak good French in Canada in French, Quebec, French Quebec. And the same as the Americans speak good English, except, with particular, it's the same for Quebec. You have special word that you invent so you make the difference big with very rapidly between the French Canadian and the French France, the same as people will make a very quick difference between the American and the British.
Yeah, exactly. It's all a little bit of a different accent, I guess,
in
many
but
ways.
Still, it's real English that you speak. And like me, it's not a kind of, I don't know, a bad language invent here. We speak French.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Tell us a little bit about the inspiration to write this book, the manuscript.
This is, it's like, it comes from, I ask myself that, how came I come that me as a lawyer get all these ideas, to produce a book. To me, telling a story, it's the most important when you write. Not the style. The style, I just probably, me, what I like to read. Uh, you know what, and you will have a surprise at the end because something happened that you would not have previously know about. So to me, the story was very much important. And what was the question again?
I was
I'm
saying,
sorry.
what was the inspiration
What
to
was
write the book? What inspired you to write it?
okay? The inspiration. So it came. Nothing inspired me. I was a lawyer, so I used a part of my experience there to put the lawyer into that, and the inspiration. Uh, First I wrote Fate, which was a baseball story. I think it's a good baseball story, and from that story, I imagined that it would be stolen. The manuscript will be stolen by a publisher because he finds the story very good, and then. All finished by it's very sad and you get confronted by somebody and well, I want to tell the story now but
Yeah,
because I could in
exactly.
5 minutes but I won't do that.
Exactly, exactly. Save it for the reader, let them read it,
Yeah,
enjoy it, and explore it.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I was going to say, have you
Yeah.
envisioned this book as a movie or a film?
No, no, I didn't envision it, but I think that it could make a nice movie.
Hmm.
The baseball story maybe more than because I know American like baseball, and
Yeah.
it's a very good baseball story. For the rest, I don't really know, but as far as I know, if I was a producer or somebody who makes movie, I would do it with a baseball story because it's a fantastic story.
Absolutely. Is this your first time writing a book, or have you written other books?
I wrote two books in French and one the manuscript. The manuscript I wrote it because my wife and I have a condo, had a condo in Saint Pete. We were going there after I retired all the winter, and there was a writers workshop. Uh, and I was invited by Manuel, who was directing that workshop. There was maybe 15 or 20 participants. I went there, and everybody was writing story and read the story to each other and everything. And I realized at that time, because it was my first time using English, and I realized that I was able to do it. And everybody there were telling me that it was good and not just the story, but the way it was written. So I started doing it, wrote a lot of short story, and then decided to write Fate. And after that, I decided in Montreal to translate Fate, or rewrite it in French. I self-published it. And after that, I wrote the lottery ticket, le billet de loterie, which is the lottery ticket. It's another story. And after that, I don't know why I decided to, I was used to use English, so I tried myself to do it. I had written Fate in English first because it was part of the work we were doing at the writers' workshop. And I find the story so good that I imagined the rest, And when you start, everything comes, like out of nowhere, the
Yeah.
inspiration and everything. So it must be God who said that to me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get that inspiration, the thoughts and the stories and the characters and the settings all flow together, and that's when you know
Exactly.
you're in that creative zone,
And
which is
yeah,
wonderful.
and it's not difficult. I always say writing is easy. Being a read, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Writing is easy, but being great isn't. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
no, being read.
Right.
being read. It's very difficult to get read,
Yeah.
I'm the first, who understand that,
Yeah.
Why would I read some, there's all very good novel that has been published by, guy like Grisham and Connolly and everything, and Steinbeck and, the great American author. And, I would not myself, read a book written by nobody, so it might be the same thing with other people with me, I'm a nobody. And
Right.
why would people think that I wrote something good? Because most of the time, when you start writing, the most people will write their memoir or something like that. And if they go for a story, I don't know why, but it's always science fiction and thing that happened 4,000 years ago, and I don't like that kind of thing. So
Exactly. What's next for you? What do you think you'll write next? Do you have another idea in mind?
I don't, since 5 years, I didn't know write anything. Maybe it was because, I was doing that for nothing, except family and friends, and very, very, very few people, maybe 3 or 4 that I don't know, read them, read my book, and I received from them a very good review. They did like it, but that's it. If you don't make a lot of promotion and everything, and promotion costs thousands and thousands of dollars, and invest in my book. I prefer invest in on the Dow Jones, because I know a little more about that, and I know that if I put 10,000 somewhere, it will come back with maybe 12. So my book, I don't know. So I can put 10,000, 20,000, and get nothing. So that's a little bit of my thinking about that.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you wrote this book. It's really an intriguing story. It's an imaginative story and an inventive story, and it's very, very well told. So you've put your creative juices to good work. The name of the book we've been talking about today is called The Manuscript. It is a mesmerizing story of creativity, corruption, and the unseen forces that shape destiny. Jean, thank you so much for joining us here today.
It was a real pleasure, and that's it. Thank you very much.
Pleasure's been all mine, sir. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.